Whoa, man.
What?
With the light, with the video, with the reflector.
Yeah.
If you show me the reflector, it's like glowing.
Good.
And then the hybrid bike looks like something out of Tron.
Why?
You'll see in a minute. So, here we go. This is our gear for 6 days.
Adventure Cycling Association. Thank
Yeah.
you. We had a donation. They gave us stuff.
All right, night before. Big adventure. Wow, these things are highly reflective. That's cool.
What?
Yeah, wait till you see your hybrid on the video. This is cool. All right, the day is here. We're starting a multi-day bike trip from New Haven, Connecticut to Boston, Massachusetts. We've got our gear. This is gonna be the first time we've done anything more than a couple days on the bike. It's gonna be about 5 days, maybe 5.5 days. Today's mostly a travel day, but we're gonna knock off about 20 miles. It's gonna be about 250 miles total. And so we're gonna be a real test to see how we do. We've always wanted to do a bike ride like this. So this is our gear for, I think we did a pretty good job. This is for a 5-day trip. This is the gear that we're bringing us. And so the next step is to get the bikes on the car here, and it's gonna be mostly a travel day. Like I said, we're gonna go down to Boston on the commuter rail and then pick up the Amtrak to New Haven. And then we're gonna try to knock off we have to knock off 20 miles to get to our hotel tonight. And then first full day of cycling starts tomorrow. Between North Station and South Station at the moment. Yeah, you're good. And get on the Amtrak that leads from South Station down to New Haven. So we're just running along the Charles River right now. We're actually coming up on a pretty significant site of Boston history here. Site of the molasses flood disaster back in the early 20th century. There's a plaque over here somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. So this ball field now is the site of the 1919 molasses flood disaster where it originated. There used to be a massive tank. So just beyond the ball field, the outfield is the Charles River. And so ships from the Caribbean would come up and unload molasses, and it would get filled into a massive tank. I think it was about 60 feet high. And in January of 1919, the tank collapsed and it flooded this entire neighborhood. And there were a number of deaths. I can't remember. I read a book about a year ago. 21 people died immediately that night. And led to a massive lawsuit here in Boston. So the 1919 molasses disaster, so it flooded this entire neighborhood. If I recall correctly, it had to do with the rivets in the panels that were put in there. It just couldn't handle the pressure and I can't think of like the gas or something. Yeah, that's a picture of the aftermath. So remember, the subway was in operation at that point, and that's one of the subway bridges that collapsed. Remember, there was a train that was on its way over, and somebody was able to flag down the train to stop in time before it ran off the track into the ground. Yeah, what a disaster. So we got about a really short ride. It's only like 1.8 miles from North Station to South Station. Well, all right. Made it to South Station.
Maybe. Not yet.
Still gotta cross the street.
Folks, this is train 149, Amtrak southbound regional service. Please have tickets out upon departure. Please store all luggage in the proper luggage storage area.
All right, well, we're a little bit of a rain delay in New Haven. As soon as we got here, the front came through and it's a line of thunderstorms. So we are just waiting it out. Probably gonna get super wet tonight, so that's what it is. All right, we made it. It's raining, but here we go.
Oh, that's your old phone.
Yeah. So when we got to New Haven, excuse me, when we got to New Haven, it was pouring out. A thunderstorm came through, and then it was just this constant line of cells. And we found a gap. It was raining lightly. And the whole bottom line is we had to get north of New Haven, which is the direction we're going today, to get out of the crap. And we found an opportunity to do it. There's more thunderstorms coming in New Haven, so we're trying to book it out of town and get as north as we can. So what we decided to do is we found a bunch of shelters along the way, whether it's an overpass or a Home Depot or something. So if we end up getting caught in some heavy rain, we can just dip in. We got shelters for first 10 miles, but the second 10 miles, we got to do a total of 21. The second half doesn't have a lot in the way of shelters, so we might have to ride things out a little bit and break up the ride, but we are underway. No flatties, no crashies, no whammies.
Oh, yeah.
And no rainies.
No rain.
But
Maybe.
so far, not so good on that front.
So good on that part.
Yeah, so we're underway.
Hi, birdies.
On our way back to Boston. And this is why we waited.
Yikes. That's a big rain.
Yikes. So this was the first, so we're 5 miles in so far. So the Home Depot here was the first place we were going to ditch in if we had any problems. But we still hear thunder, but it's definitely to our south down by New Haven. And we just checked the radar and everything looks good. Actually, the sun's out a little bit here. So
Nice.
we got 15 miles to go. So we're just going to book it. It's all this rail trail, all paved from here up to Southington, and that's all we got to do today. So 16 more miles to go? Yeah, 16. So let's do it. Let's ride bikes. Coming up on your right. So we're about 11, was it 11 miles in? Something like that. Just stopped on this stream here. Imagine the storm is exacerbating this a little bit. are in the hotel. Yeah, we got 21 miles in today. We figured we get that in today. We were originally planning to do 60 today, but we actually did 20 today, and then we'll do the other 40 tomorrow. So we're in the hotel for the night. We're gonna go grab a bite to eat. And I think the weather is in better shape tomorrow. I have to double check. But with only 40 miles tomorrow, we got plenty of time. So it should be another easy day. And then the day after tomorrow is gonna be the big day. That's gonna be 65 miles. It's like 2,600 feet of climbing, which we're not used to. And we'll see how that goes. A lot of it's gonna be on gravel. So that's gonna be another challenge too, which is something we're not used to. So that's it. Okay, and now the day one wildlife report brought to you by Amy.
8 bunnies.
8 bunnies.
1 deer.
Yeah.
And no turtles.
No turtles. Okay. That's
Lots
day
of birds.
one's. What's that?
And lots of birds.
Lots of birds.
Unlimited amount of birds.
All right. Day one's wildlife report brought to you by Amy.